Today is Easter Sunday, and we've come to what I think is a very special place here in Sicily, a small town by the name of Piana degli Albanesi, which translates as something like the plain of the Albanians. This behind me here is the main street of Piana degli Albanesi. As you can see, they've closed it off to traffic for the day. People are starting to gather. It's still early, but if I pan around a little bit, you can see there behind me, that is the mother church, the church of San Dimitrio, who is the patron saint of Piana. And you can see people are starting to go up the steps into the church, because in a short time the Mass is going to start. And then after the Mass, people will come out of the church and they are going to process up this street to the square at the top. In the late 15th century, groups of Albanians fleeing from the Ottoman conquest of their own lands in the Balkans arrived in southern Italy, Puglia, Basilicata, Calabria and Sicily. This here behind me is the main square, and you can see the stage where this is where the procession is going to end up, and where the presentation takes place at the end. These Albanians were given land on which to settle and were allowed to continue following the Orthodox rite, on the condition that they recognised the Pope as the head of their church. Here in Piana, they've preserved the language they spoke when they arrived, a kind of medieval Albanian called Arbresh, which you can still hear spoken around the town today. And they also preserve their customs, and in particular their costumes, which is what we see them wearing today. Here down behind me you can see crowds beginning to gather. Colourful, beautiful costumes. We're very lucky today, the sun is shining, even though it's still the end of March, but beautiful, lovely, warm, sunny day, and a fantastic atmosphere to be here. It's always a real pleasure to be here in Sicily this time of year. Some of these costumes, in particular the dresses of the girls, are incredibly valuable, and in fact they're only worn on very special occasions such as weddings, and on today, Easter Sunday. The gold, for example, that you see on them is real gold. In many of these Albanian villages in southern Italy, their language has died out. But one of the lovely things here at Piana is that they still speak it on an everyday basis amongst themselves. And just wandering around today, I'm listening to them speaking in Arbresh, which of course I can't understand a single word of.